Hey, thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel for the Foundation for Appalachian Advancement. I'm JC, and I'm joined today with Dr. Gary Stratton, one of our founders and vice president of the organization. Gary, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing tonight, JC?
Hey, good. You're coming to us from the city of Frankfort, the state capital.
Living the dream over here.
Just living the dream. So this week we had some interesting stuff. So those of you who are watching this, we'll keep this kind of short here on YouTube. We have a new program that our board of directors voted to approve last week. And we'll also repost this discussion on our foundation podcast called Appalachian Shine. So if you haven't subscribed to that, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, click subscribe below. And make sure that you listen to Appalachian Shine on whatever platform you listen to your favorite podcast on. We're on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Play, and there's another one, I think the Amazon platform now too that we're on. So people can just listen through their, I don't want to say Alexa because if I say it, mine will come on. But Gary, we've approved a program called the St. James Medical Fund that we're going to go ahead and start pursuing over the summer months. You want to tell folks a little bit about St. James Medical Fund, what the purpose is, and who we actually wanted to put this program together to honor?
Right. Yes, this is a fund. It's about, of course, James Hibbets, who's one of our founders as well within our organization here, who died about 3 years ago from a heart attack. And he was a healthy, about my age, actually, we call it a young man, I guess. We thought so, at least, but he had some heart issues. And because of his, job scenarios, he was a banker for many years before the downturn of the economy and the coal fields of Virginia there back a few years ago. He lost that job, and thus was from job to job, having to, basically make a living, sometimes without health care, and would have to get, where he could take care of his heart condition, which was genetic, by the way. And of course, for a while, he worked at Pikeville Medical Center there as in one position, I think in a collections position, or I can't remember what it was, but he worked there for a while. And among many other jobs he had. Well, of course, one day he was working out, which he was a very healthy, gentleman, as we all know, and just a great friend, one of our, good friends, all of us, just, happy, just positive. He was just a great person to be around, had great ideas, big ideas, actually, for the mountains there, about economic development. He was all about economic development. But anyway, he died of a heart attack one morning while working out. And so because of, what he could have done for that area in the mountains as well as the country, his life was cut short because of lack of health care, and not because he didn't work for it. He just kind of fell on that middle ground, which it wasn't available for him, or at least enough. He had some, but wasn't enough preventative care made available to him. So what we want to do is put together a fund that is based there. Of course, he worked at Pikeville Medical, and so be based there. They work for Central Appalachian region. They have patients in, of course, Eastern Kentucky, southwestern Virginia, as well as southern West Virginia. So it's kind of the Central Appalachian region. So they've, very well-known hospital there for that region. So we'll develop a fund, basically, that would help in any way possible in the future, hopefully, but initially, at least have funds available for preventive care and other issues that folks in the region would face, or they may not have, people without insurance, or they need co-pays or whatever it may be if they can't afford it.
Yeah, and it was a tragic thing what happened to James, because James was, he was everybody's best friend. He was
Yes.
always one of the most jovial guys. And I referred to him, he was one of the original founders of this foundation. And I always referred to him as our dreamer. And the world doesn't have enough dreamers. And he was a big dreamer. Just his motto, dream big or don't dream at all. And he was not afraid to swing for the fences, regardless of what was going on in his life, with the job situation, tremendous stress. Right. He had to be under. And, he left behind two beautiful young daughters. And, so it's something we just wanted to honor James, and those who are in a similar situation can, like you said, get preventative care. So this summer, Dr. Stratton, you'll be talking to people in the community there to kind of put together a separate board from our board of directors, as the foundation will kind of be kind of over this, but overseeing it. So it'll be a separate project with a separate board of directors, and we can maybe set separate set of bylaws. We have some sample bylaws, but we want to give some folks on a new board some flexibility to make some suggestions and changes and make things a little bit bigger, better, and bigger vision than maybe initially that we thought. So anyone who's interested in being a part of that or wanting to contact you, maybe be a donor to that, how can they get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach out to you?
Well, yeah, I'll get to that in just a moment. But well, first off, I guess you just email me at Gary Stratton 1965 at gmail.com, or just email the website itself, our foundation, or call me at 502-209-0064. And eventually we'll be putting up a website for this organization, as well as well, maybe connected, I guess, to our site as well. So we'll be developing that as we move forward this summer. And just want to go back just a moment and say, we're all about, the people in our organization are all about taking care of each other. And that's what this is about. It's not the government's responsibility. We need to do that as mountain, individuals and people in the region. Let's take care of each other, and let's develop a fund that, fills in those gaps. And we should take care of ourselves. So we can do this. And it would be, if you look at James, it's a book in the Bible. It tells us we should be doing these things. That's where the St. James comes from. James Hibbets, it's about his story, but then we look back at the Bible itself. St. James is, again, look at it's a short book in the back of the Bible there. It has how we should be living and taking care of each other. So that's what part of what this is about, as well as honoring James Hibbets, of course. So yeah, we'll be putting more information up on our website, the Foundation for Appalachian Advancement, about this, because we're just basically kicking this off over the summer, and it will grow into something. And I'm sure it's going to be a blessing to, again, Southeast Kentucky, Southern West Virginia, and Southwest Virginia, I hope.
Yeah, and at times, with things going on in the country and the region economically, with inflation, and still there's such pressure on the energy sector, especially the coal sector and natural gas here. It's being able to, most of us are blessed enough that we can pay things forward, even if we don't get that extra cup of coffee at Starbucks during the week. $5 or $10 that we can add to something like this. It's pay it forward and make sure we pay our blessings forward, because we're all blessed to be here, especially in this beautiful region we call home. But yeah, James was a special person, and the book of James is a special message. And those who want to contact us through the website is supportappalachia.org. And there's a contact form on there. Just in the subject line, just put St. James Fund or St. James Medical Fund, and we'll get you right in touch with Dr. Stratton to maybe if you want to be a part of the group or want to be a donor to the cause.
Yeah, we'll be placing an advisory board together for this organization. I guess based there in Pikeville, probably. We have some friends there that we're just friends with James as well. We'll be a part of this, I'm sure. And so anyway, like I say, this summer 2022, we'll be placing this together, and look forward to growing with all of us together.
Yeah. So we do appreciate everybody who hears this message. We all know somebody who probably has fallen between the cracks or needs preventive care, preventive screening, some place to go to get where can we find local farmers markets, local food, local grown food, healthy things, healthy living and lifestyles. How do you get in touch with these people at the medical centers to get that information? So we want to be a facilitator to kind of get all of that out there through this program. So Gary, thanks again for your work on this, because I know this is going to be a kind of a heavy lifting and a big undertaking, but it's something that we've talked about for a while, and it'd be a good way to honor our friend.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, this is going to be a short, sweet episode, short, sweet video here on YouTube. Thanks again. Don't forget to check us out at supportappalachia.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, at facebook.com/support Appalachia. Make sure you hit the like button there too. And let's pay all of our blessings forward. We're lucky to be here.
Exactly. Maybe every few weeks or, every couple months, we'll do a report on how things are going.
Yeah, we'll do some updates and on the website too. And Gary, we'll do some more Zooms like this. And we can actually go live on YouTube from time to time if you want to do that. And we can do some live Q&A.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you on down the road.
Thank you. Have a good evening.